Okay, so you have something that correlates with price movement and also time with the stock. So call them candlesticks. So if you ever seen a candle, you got the candle and the wick. So when it comes to candlestick, as far as the stocks or securities, the candle is actually what they call the body. The wick is, they call it the wick as well, or they might call it a shadow. Now, sometimes these candlesticks may have a wick at the bottom as well, or it may only have a wick at the bottom. So the candle part is what they call the body. This part. Then you have the wick. Okay. All right. Now they have labels for the candlestick, which I just gave you, the body. So that's this part and this part. Then you have the wick. Now, like I told you, the candlesticks represents price. It also correlates with time. But as far as the price, if you think about the candlesticks being on a chart and as it progress forward from left to right, that's time. I told you correlates with time as well. But as the time is going, the price is either moving up or down. So in the stock market, the price fluctuates. So these candles, the price will be fluctuating up and down. So as far as the candlestick, we're going to show you how the price fluctuation. How does it work on the candlestick? Now, the candlestick will have. Let's see. This will be what we call high. Let me erase this. So when you look at a candlestick, the top of the wick, the very top, that's like the highest it went. So just think about the top of the wick is the highest it went. So just call that the high. I'll explain it a little bit later. The bottom of the wick, that's the lowest it went. So just call that low. So when you're thinking about how the price fluctuate, this candlestick I told you represent price movement and time. So over a period of time, and I'm about to break down what the time is. Over a period of time, this candlestick price had got as high as this. So just say we give this a number. Just say if we say this is $10, and we say down here, just say $3. Just say $6 right here, and then in the middle you got prices. So over a certain period of time, the highest the price had got was right here. To say this $10, and then the lowest it got was $3. So far as the wick, we understand the highest and the lowest the price got. Now, let me make this make sense. When you look at a candlestick, you know they're on a chart. So the candlesticks is on a chart. Now the chart, you could have various different charts which have different time frames. So what this means is got something that calls time frames. You can have a 1 minute time frame, a 5 minute time frame, 15-minute time frame, a 30-minute time frame, a hour time frame, a 4 hour time frame, or you can even make custom times. You can have it in between. You can have a 2-minute time frame. So when you have a 2-minute time frame, that is the chart that you're using. So you're using a 2-minute time frame chart. And you're using the 30-minute time frame, you're using the 30-minute time frame chart. So what that means is whatever time frame chart you're using, that actual each candlestick has the duration of that time. So if you're on a 1 minute time frame chart, each candlestick represents 1 minute in time. If you have a 30-minute time frame chart, each candlestick represents 30 minutes in time. So that means from when the candlestick, because I told you it represents price and time. So as time is going, the price is moving either up or down or up like back and forth or fluctuating. So if this represents time, and just say for the sake of this uh, video, we're going to say we're on the just say 30-minute time frame, 30-minute time frame chart. Okay, so if we're on a 30-minute time frame chart, right? So as the price is fluctuating and going up, going down, doing this move and doing whatever it's supposed to be doing, it's going to do that for a full 30 minutes. And after the 30 minutes is over with, the next following candlestick starts. So this candlestick in that 30 minutes, the next following candlestick starts at 30 minutes. So just say if I had a candlestick here, this one had a longer wick at the top. So from this candlestick, it's going to open and close or start and finish. So when you're thinking about the time duration, so it's going to have a start time and an end time. But we call it open and close. So just think about start as open and finish or end as close. So if I say start and finish, if I say start and end, I'm just saying open and close. So this is a 30-minute candlestick. Just say if it's 9:30 when this candlestick start, right? So that means at 10 o'clock, this next candlestick is going to start. So how it correlates with the ticker symbol, excuse me, how it correlates with the wicks. We already know this high and this low. Now, what about the body? So we know the square part is called the body. How did that? So the body, the top of the body will either be open or start or close or finish. Now, it could also be the top of the body could be the close and the bottom could be the open. But it's one distinctive way to know if it will be open at the top or closed at the top. So I'm going to try to just quickly explain this without running along too much. Okay. So you might see red candlesticks and green candlesticks when you're looking at the chart. So what does a red candlestick mean and what does a green candlestick mean? So a red candlestick means the price is going down. And what that means is you got people buying, excuse me, the red candlestick means the price is going down. And that means you have a lot of people starting to sell. So if you say price going down, or you seeing people selling, or they might call it bear. They might say it's bearish. So all these mean there's selling pressure. People are selling. They selling off the stock. They selling off their position. They selling their options. So if the price is being pushed down, it's being sold. That means it's bearish. That means the bears is taking over. That means it's a lot of people is selling. So usually gonna see that with a red candlestick. Sometimes it might be a black candlestick. Now get rid of this. Now vice versa, green candlestick usually gonna see when people is buying. You're gonna see this. They either call it bulls. So on a red candlestick, they call it bears. On the green one, they call it bulls. Or they'll say it's bullish. So this means price is going up. It's being pushed up. Buying pressure. Now, let's bring this all together with the wick in the body and how it correlates with time and the price movement. Okay, so if you have a candlestick, so just say over a period of time. So just say 30. Let me split this up a little bit. So just say market open New York session 9:30 o'clock. Okay, so over a period of time, you're going to see the price movement. So we'll say this is a 30-minute time frame. So each candlestick represents 30 minutes, right? Okay, so say the market opens New York session at 9:30. So you get your first candlestick. Then get another candlestick, 10 o'clock. Another candlestick. Okay, now, so now, remember with the red candlestick, that means price is going down. The sellers are applying selling pressure. Sellers are pretty much kind of in control at this moment. So what that means is the price is going down. Think about a down arrow. So if it's going down, that means it has to start up, then end down. So it's gonna start up and end down. So that's the same way you would look at in the inverse. So for the sellers, if you say the price is going up, that means if you say the price is going up, that means it starts at the bottom and goes up. Now, now we got it straight. So when we talked about earlier, if we know if the opening price or the start price starts at the top or the bottom, this is how you know. If it's a red candlestick, that means the price is going down. So that means when it starts, it's going to be at the top, and when it finishes, it's going to be at the bottom. Or when it starts, it's going to be right here on the body, it's going to be at the top of the body, and when it finish, it's going to be at the bottom of the body. So start, finish, start, finish. Now on the let's use the black one in the other direction, since the price goes up, it starts at the bottom and go up. So when you're looking at the body of the candlestick, at the bottom, this will be the start, and this will be the end. Or in the terminology we use, this will be the open, and this will be the close. So vice versa over here. If the price start at the top and goes down, this will be the start or the open, and this will be the end or the close. So anytime you see a red candlestick, when you're looking at the body, the top part is the open, bottom part is the close. When you look at a green candlestick and you're looking at the bottom part is the open, the green part is the close. Now, what role does the wick play? So the wick plays, so now just think about open and close. So that's where the price started and where the price ended. Now, the wick represents where the price also went to. It just didn't stop there. It just didn't start there or end there. So what it did was it just temporarily visited there. So if I was to give you an example, so just say you got a red candlestick, a bearish candlestick. So just say at 9:30, this candlestick open. So remember, when it opens, if it's a red candlestick, it's going to open at the top of the body. And we already know this is going to be the close, but we're not going to write that in yet. So now, what the candlestick represents, it represents pressure from the opposition. The opposition to the red candlestick or the bears will be the green candlestick or the bulls or the buyers. So the red represents sellers, green represents buyers. So when you see this wick that represents um, the opposition trying to, come back with a move. So bam. So just say at 9:30, this the body, this is where the price open, this is where it starts at. So just say this price is $7. Say above that is 8, 6, 5, 4. Now, so you go over here where it opens at, move it all the way down, pretty much at $7. So say it opens at $7. And remember, this time too. So it's going to take time, 30 minutes time, 30 minutes time frame. So it's going to take 30 minutes for this candle to make its whole move. So as it opens, when you see this wick, that means the opposition, which is the bulls, they started applying pressure. So when they start applying pressure, it start pushing the price up. Like they thought it was gonna go in this direction. They was pushing it up to this direction. But they didn't have enough power to keep pushing in that direction. So what happened is the bears took back over and then start pushing down. So they start pushing down, 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 down. They got as far as pushing it down to this low, where the bottom of this wick is. So this is the furthest they got. So this wick was made because the opposition came back, started trying to take over again. So they started trying to push back up. So by the time it got here at the bottom of this body, the 30 minutes had lapsed. So it had to end right there. So it ended up closing there. So that's how you have your open, your close. So, sorry about that. Let me erase this. I don't want to confuse you. I don't want to confuse you guys. So the close is. I don't want you to think that I was saying the close is right here. That's not the close. This is the close. Where these green dots led up to. So you have your open, you have your close. And I just told you what role the wicks play. So that's when opposition pressure comes in. So bam, let's recap. 9:30, it open here, $7. Um, then as time was going on, the green, the bulls, the buyers, whatever you want to call it, they start applying pressure and it went as high as here. So this is what we consider the high. And that went, just say just say $8. We'll just say $8. Then the bears or the sellers, they started taking back over. They snatched it back. They snatched it back. They took it back. They took it from the bulls and they started pushing down, pushing down. They got as the low is here. This is the low. So we just go over and say $5. Then the bulls tried to take back over. They snatched it back and started pushing it back up, and they got this low is here. And by the time they reached this part, the candlestick had 30 minutes had passed, so it had to close that candlestick, and so that got to 6. So you see how the price fluctuates. It opened here, $7. Bulls start taking adding pressure, push it all the way as high as they can go to $8 before the bears came back and snatched it back over, start pushing back down. Then they got pushed it down as much as they could, got as low as $5. Bulls came back in, snatched it back, started pushing up, and they got it to 6. They thought they about to go keep going, but then Just say the alarm clock went off and 30 minutes was over. So at that point, it ended the candlestick, it closed it, that 30 minutes is over. So bam. So that's in a nutshell is the candlestick, identifying the body part, the wick, understand how the price fluctuate. Well, that's just showing you, that really wasn't showing you how to, necessarily fluctuate, but how it fluctuate within just one candlestick, you know, and so that's pretty much. Then also time. So that was just 30 minutes. So you would just I say just to talk a little bit more about the time. Just say if let's see, bam, bam, I don't know what's going on with my drawing. So bam, just say over the period of time, just say we're just gonna say this is a 1 hour time frame. Let me put it over here. 1 hour time frame. So just say this is 10 o'clock, 11, 12, 1, 2. So if this candlestick opens or start at 10 o'clock, it's going to close and or end by 11. Then the following candlestick will open or start at 11 and, um, and end or close by 12. Then the following candlestick will open or excuse me or start at 12 and so forth and so on. Now, so you got your open. Now remember on a green candlestick, the open starts at the bottom, close is at the top. You got your open and close. Now we already know how the opposition pressure creates the wick. Well, we're not going to go through that. We're just going to tell about open and close and we're just talking about over time. So open and close, then right at 11, this one opens. Then by 12, it closes. Um, and just for just in case you want to take a screenshot, let me put the close to this on this side. So opens here, then when that hour is over with, it's closed. Then over here, it's going to open. And then when the hour is over with, it's going to close. Now remember on here, when the candlestick is red and the price is going down, the open is at the top. So the open is here, and then it closes here. Opens here, close here. So this starts, it opens at 1 o'clock, closes by 2. This one starts at 2, so it opens at 2, and then when this hour has lapsed, it will be, it will close. It will close at 3 o'clock. So that's how it correlates with time. Okay, I think that video was long enough. We're gonna end it there. Hope that was helpful.